I
Oh,
think.
shit. Maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Information's right.
Oh, I see us.
Defenders
I
of
do.
Kobold here on our own channel, Home Turf, for some BFRPG, the Velaren Campaign. This is episode 10 here. Last time, you guys had some shenanigans. You broke into uh, what seemed to be like a holding cell operations base in the sewers for the CER company. You found Jeremy, the farm boy turned wizard student, freed him, and were making your escape when you were approached, or not approached, but as you were leaving, you heard lots of footsteps descending on you in the sewers from the pathways that are carved into the walls that you know are only used by the CER.
Yeah.
That's where we left. I don't remember. Is there anything else particularly interesting that happened last time? I know you guys found a skull.
Found a skull,
Another skull.
another magical skull. We rescued
Yes.
Jeremy. We rescued a bunch of other people.
Mhm.
We set up a gelatinous cube trap for all the guards inside.
Right. And a spider
Um,
trap.
and a
Kind of.
spider trap. Yeah. And yeah, we left a back door open in case we want to sneak in later. Because there was a
Right.
second level we didn't go down to.
Yes. Yeah. You guys basically found Jeremy, and then there's another guy with him. I think his name was Gregor. Um, no, Becker. You found a guy named Becker. So you have Jeremy and Becker with you. You found a storeroom and took some stuff from it. You found the office of what looked like to be whoever was in charge for that area, because it was some pretty nice stuff in there. And I think you found a set of keys off of somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have keys off the first guard that you attacked.
Yeah.
And you saw that there were uh, two pathways that both kind of led down that you hadn't gone down. But you figured it was probably best to get out before you got anyone in danger. And it looks like that was the right call because as you guys were leaving, people were already coming down to you.
We were about to be
That's where
in trouble.
Yes. And that's where we pick up. So you guys basically there's this set of double doors along the sewer wall that when opened had this like tunnel system that went down to a cave system that led to their base. So you guys have just come out of that tunnel system and are just now exiting those double doors and you're in the sewers. You see across the way lights flickering down one of those dirt hallways that's been cut into the sides. You hear several voices, several footsteps. You estimate at least 4 people, maybe more. You are traveling with Jeremy and Becker and a tortured man whose arms were broken and he is unconscious currently.
Mm-hmm.
So at least one of you, you guys would either like have to throw him down if you were to do combat or hold him. So kind of cumbered down by him. But yeah, what's the plan? Guys, wanting to bunker down, try and evade them.
Um, how many people did we see again? Or
So
did
you
we get a
haven't
count yet?
seen them directly. You just hear a lot of voices because there's kind of like these dirt paths that are dug into the side of the sewers, or these like it's basically just these really crude tunnels that are dug into the side, and you can see a bunch of like torchlight flickering down one of them, and you hear voices, and you can tell that they're armored from the way like
They're
metal's
clunky,
clinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, we're out of like that cave area in the
Yes.
sewers, or
Yeah.
okay.
So you're like in the sewers right now. You just came out. There's like a set of double doors in the side wall that leads down to where all that cave system in that base was. So you are just in the sewer system right now, with a pathway that's dug across the water because there's like a waterway in the middle and
Right.
a bit of an embankment on the other side. So you're standing on one side of that embankment. Across the water, there's another embankment, and then on that wall, it's cut in, and it's just kind of exposed earth, and you hear footsteps, armor, and see torchlight coming from
And they're
that way.
coming from that dug tunnel.
Yes, they are approaching. You know, at the end of each of those tunnels, they seem to all lead up into one of the businesses that's owned by the CER. They owned a potion shop, an inn, and a magic shop. Those are like the three main ones. You know, they own other things, other businesses, but those are like the three main ones where they seem to like do most of their business out of.
Okay. I would say try and hide or move out to another tunnel or something like that and avoid them. I mean, we got what we want. We've got a bunch of injured people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't feel
Okay.
like we need to take our chances.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If you guys want to evade, who has the worst dex?
Mine, I've got a +1 in mine. So
Let me
Mine is
need to
0.
join as player on this. Okay. 0 sounds pretty low. Let me fix this real quick.
I don't want to be
So-
caught because everybody else is bad at stealth, though.
So Jake, give me your stealth check.
Oh boy.
Four.
I hope rolling low is good.
All the time.
Not usually, and not in this case. So, not necessarily everybody's found, but the presence of your party being in the sewers is at least known. So you hear the voices kind of pick up from the tunnel. You hear, like, they're all kind of talking. You hear some laughter and stuff. Like, it's kind of hard to make out what they're saying exactly, but you do hear one of them call out after a little bit, like, "Oh, I think I hear them ahead of us," and it seems like they are aware that you're there. So are you guys trying to get out of the sewers as fast as possible, or are you trying to like lose them in the system? Like, what's probably going to be your plan?
I'm going to presume that they've got home field advantage. So if you all think it, I mean, I would say we should try and just get up and onto the surface as quick as we can. At least there, we're not playing in their turf.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. You do know that you are currently under one of the more populated parts of the city. It's probably nighttime around, because you were down there for a while. So you don't have an exact time in your head, unless one of you have like some ability that you always know what time it is above top ground. But you guys can kind of roughly estimate that it's probably nighttime. If you had to guess, it's probably like between 10 and 12. Because you guys were down in that for quite a while. So you would think if you pop up right here, you're probably going to be seen coming out, which might not be a problem, but you might get questioned by guards, and some of the guards are CER. So that's kind of like the only downside to popping up. But you'd also be seen, and usually the CER doesn't like attacking people in broad, like, middle of
In
populated.
public.
Yeah, so might work to your advantage that way. But yeah, if you guys are looking for the best way to come up, I don't think you guys came down in this section, so you don't know right offhand where one would be. Who wants to
Yeah.
give me like a spot check or search to find a entrance?
What would you like for that?
It's intelligence.
Yeah, just intelligence.
Someone who's not me should do
I'll
that
do it.
then. Clooney ain't very smart.
I got a 12.
12's pretty good. All right. Yeah, as you guys are running down, you see on the opposite side of the water from you guys that there is a ladder that leads up to the surface. So you'd have to run down past it a little bit to go across a bridge. It's probably too far to jump unless you're very dexterous. And with a condition that the prisoner is, and the guy that was being tortured, and Jeremy looks like he might be able to do it, but Becker definitely doesn't look the most physically fit. He definitely looks like a wizard school student. You figure you'll probably have to run down and circle back a little bit.
So if one of us were able to jump, we could maybe get a head start on getting it opened up.
Yes, yep, you'd be able to do that.
Okay. Because I may try and take the jump then if we want. Or how wide is it across? Would a 10-foot ladder bridge it?
A 10-foot ladder would bridge it at a few places. So yeah, there's a few places as it like bends. It kind of moves in a little bit on the straightaways now. But there is a bend that you could stretch the 10-foot ladder across.
Okay. And would that still be going past and coming back a little bit?
No, there'd be one pretty close to where the ladder's coming down.
Oh, good.
So
So
you'll
maybe we
use,
can
10-foot
use that
ladder.
as a shortcut then. I don't mind losing a 10-foot ladder in this case. We can buy another.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you're able to do so. You toss down your ladder as a bridge. The ground's a little bit slick, but you're able. It's kind of cobbled too, so you're able to kind of get it wedged between some of the rocks on the surface, and
And if needed, I
sturdy
can
enough.
drop some pittons on it to stabilize it a bit too.
okay, yeah, that definitely doesn't hurt on either side. So you drop that down. People start making their way across. What order are you guys going up to the surface? So there's the four of you, the
Yeah.
two wizard students, and injured guy.
I'll stay back behind and I can help lift people up. That way, in
Right.
case they close in, I'm pretty tanky. I can defend myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys can back me up.
We probably need one solid person to go up top first. You know, one person pulling, one person pushing.
Okay. Eddie, yeah, head up.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
I'll
So who are you guys
probably,
sending up first?
Sneak myself.
Okay.
Throw Dan up there first, sneaking, then Eddie, then Jake and I'll stay down below.
Okay. Then everyone else in between. So
Yeah.
okay.
As they're going up, I'm going to take out my 2 glass jars that I've got full of wand acid and beer. And I'll give them to Chuck because I figure he's got a better throwing arm than I do.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Dan.
Yep.
So you start at the ladder. Give me a luck check. Let's reach
Oh,
the
it
top.
had to be luck. Why would you do that to me? Oh, I pass.
Nice. All right. So you pop up, and it looks like there was a food cart that was left pretty close to the exit of this. So it's not super obvious that you guys are coming out of the sewers into the street. You're kind of able to use that cart to mask your appearance. So
Nice.
you're able to better decide where you want to go. and who you want to interact with once you're coming surface.
Okay. I might tell them to start coming on up, and I might try to move silently to kind of clear this area a little bit and keep an eye on who's
Sure.
coming and going.
All right.
If I see someone in trouble, maybe I can intervene on their way there.
Okay. So I think I roll the move silently, right?
Yeah.
You roll it for me.
So are you like moving silently around the top to just see like, are you like scouting the area above the sewer? So
That's kind of the idea. I want to see
Okay.
if I can ferret where guards might be.
okay.
And if I assume they're probably just patrolling. So if I see one walking this way, maybe I can kind of come up and interact with them or something.
Sure. Okay.
Distract them from seeing the manhole. Or however it is we're coming out.
All right. So
For me,
you
it's
do such.
under 45. So
Okay. All right. So yeah, you start moving around. You see there's a few guards patrolling. As you approach them, one of them kind of turns and looks at you, and they call it, "Hey, what are you doing?" They kind of see your sneaky stance.
messing around with one of my friends.
And they look to the other one and look around. At this point, now that you're above ground, you can tell it's pretty late. It's closer to like 11 o'clock. So, like, all right, well, shouldn't be, messing around at this time of night.
Hey, there's free beer on the line here. If I get there without him catching me, he buys me a beer.
And while this is going on, I'm going to say, was it Eddie was coming back up?
Yeah.
With the other ones? All right. So you're having this interaction, Dan, as Eddie, the two wizard students, and injured guy are all able to come out behind the food cart. And they don't seem to be noticed.
So if we still need to buy a little more time, it's like if you see some tall, hairy, gangly guy looking for, a halfling, tell him I went like that way over there, and I'm gonna point like away from the food cart so I can,
And then the guard that you're not directly talking to, you can see him kind of whisper. He's like, "Was that? I think we saw something like that a bit ago. You think that's the guy?" And the guy's like, "No, stop it." Like, all right, if we see him, and like just get on with it, and they kind of shoo you off.
all right, thanks.
And they turn around and start walking back the other way. Jake and Chuck, as you
Yeah.
guys are waiting at the base of the ladder, right after Becker, who's the last one to move up of that group, he's just pulling his feet up through the grate. As you see the first set of people around the corner, you see a very recently burned pair of thugs who look a little bit familiar after you hear their voice for a little bit.
Oh, it's the two that we fucked up in that fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
Looks
And
to
they
be
did-
them.
them twice now.
They haven't seen us, have they?
They haven't immediately, no. So
Have we started
You
lifting
have-
anyone up yet?
so you guys, the rest of the people are up, and I'm gonna say like you guys have action to do one thing because you were expecting them to come this way.
And they're catching us off guard. Okay.
So you
Well, if
have
it's-
one action.
Just the two of them. And we don't see them yet. We hear them. Right?
Well, so you hear them. you see them just coming around the corner. Like you were waiting for them. You could hear their voices. They're all talking.
Jake gave me
there's
that
people
acid.
behind them, but
Oh shit.
Let's disfigure them some more.
Could we, with that one action, could Jake and I get up through that manhole? Or would that be too much?
That'd be too much for one action. One of you would be like at the top. The other one would be like halfway up.
Yeah, they'd have to chase us. What do you think, man? Do we throw acid at them or do we try and escape?
Let's bolt.
All right. Yeah. You go first. I'll follow you
Alrighty.
up. And if they start chasing me, I'll drop a jar of acid on them.
Goody.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I gotta hit the restroom.
All right. So, Chuck, you start going up, and then, or actually, which of you two is going up first?
Jake.
Or Jake? Okay, so Jake, you climb up, and then shortly after you, Chuck's on the ladder. Chuck, you're about a third of the way up when they notice you. And they yell like, "Hey!" And one of them raises a crossbow, and the other one starts charging towards you.
Oh, I keep going.
Yep. Crossbow bolt's gonna get launched at you. What's your AC?
Let me check that for you. AC is 18.
Okay. They rolled a natural 19.
Oh,
That's gonna ping you for 5 damage.
all right. I think I can take that. No, I can't.
Oh,
No,
They
I can't.
rolled
I had
almost max
4
damage
hit
on that.
points. I had 4 hit points left.
Oh no.
all right.
So Torg's dead.
Oh shit.
Yep. So as Chuck, as you're climbing up this ladder, you get a crossbow bolt in your shoulder, and it's like as your arms up, just underneath your.
Yeah,
It's
I
just the
forgot
worst
my
way.
hit points were so low. That's okay. Yep, Tor goes down like, you son of a bitch. Ah.
We got the prisoners out, but at what cost?
And Torg falls. Jake, you're able to just get your feet pulled up. So, with Torg dying on the ladder, it stopped them a little bit from being able to easily just climb right after you. So you're up all the way, and you're able to like close it. You imagine they're probably going to be able to like force their way through if they're going to. So, are you planning on like staying and doing something, or are you going to continue to bolt?
Push the food cart on top of it.
Yeah, if I can. Yeah, let's wheel a wagon or a food cart or just a bunch of stuff on it.
Sure. That'll be a strength check. If you get assistance from somebody, that will probably help because it's a pretty heavy cart. It looks like it's normally hooked up to like a mule or a pack animal of some kind. You can kind of see like pegs for that, because it's only got wheels on one side and looks pretty heavy. It's loaded up, but it's also kind of closed up. Like you see, all the boards are folded in on it. But yeah, if Eddie is going to help with that, one of you give me a strength check.
You want me to do it, Jake?
I think you should roll the strength check.
Okay. There's my strength check, just on my stats.
All right. So, 14, and then you're also getting assisted. So yeah, that's plenty. So, Jake, you are able to throw the cover back on the manhole, and you guys are just barely able to start scraping the thing cart over. You hear them on the runs of the ladder, and you hear this dull thudding of them hitting their hand against. Were you doing something, Chuck?
Yeah, just getting my next character ready.
Okay. All right.
Flex Torg.
Once they're ready, I'm just going to say that they were in the party. So
Okay. I mean, I can start going. I've got Hildegrim, the gnome magic user.
Okay.
He was level 2, so I'm just getting him to level 3 to match the rest of the crew.
Yep, you should have the same experience.
No,
Okay.
As,
I can look at it in a minute.
cool. Okay. So you guys feel confident that you've blocked off this hole,
Either that or at some
but
point
you do
someone-
hear some voices. Like after a little bit of them pounding against it, you hear the runs. It sounds like they're going back down, and they're going to probably circle around. And you've got time to lose them, but it sounds like they're going to come back up through whatever business they're in. Oh,
Sorry, 1 second.
that's fine. But it sounds like they're going to circle back around, come out of whatever business they were in, and start patrolling the streets for you guys. So where to?
Oh, wait.
Okay. Are you guys running back to the inn or any particular place?
I would say if we had to escape somewhere, the shady inn, the secondary inn, not our primary inn.
Yep. All right, you guys run back there. As you're running back, or as soon as you guys are kind of like saying like, "Hey, we're heading this way," and you start directing everybody, Becker tries to break off, and he's like, I've got my own place to be, my own family. Like, thanks for saving me. I'll try and repay you guys at some point, but I gotta go. And he runs off.
Okay.
Okay.
Get
Um,
out of town.
You still have the injured guy, too. So you guys make it to this inn. And you have Jeremy with you, who hasn't been here with you guys. And then also this very poor state of it's like a older man who's had his arms like dislodged from their sockets, and it's kind of bloodied.
Maybe take
very
them.
disheveled.
Maybe take them to a
Temple or
yeah.
Okay. Are you just gonna like drop them at the temple on your way to the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we want to get caught having to pay for them.
Sure. Okay.
we'll put him in a basket out front with a little note. Old man need help.
Yeah. You plop them down, and you
Bang
kinda,
on
like,
the door, bah, 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 and then run for it.
Help.
he lets out like a weak thank you, and just kind of like collapses there and starts sleeping. You guys run off. You make it back
Ding
to the
dong
inn.
ditch the temple.
Yeah. As you guys are like leaving, rounding the corner, you hear the doors opening. So you imagine someone's picking them up.
Or just killing him right there.
Yeah. No
I'll get it.
loitering.
Get out of here, homeless person.
Damn beggars. What do you think this is?
God's house. It's charity.
For you, it's
Okay.
not. But yeah, you guys are able to make it back to your secondary inn. You've got Jeremy with you. And he seems kind of seems very like frazzled from this whole experience. He's never been on the run. He's never been really in danger, it seems like. So he's wide-eyed and very jumpy, like reacting to the slightest sounds and things as you guys are walking through the establishment. You see him scanning left and right. He's like, what if there's people here that know me? And
I don't know, but what I do know is that we probably need to like really get him to his dad and get the two of them like out of town as quickly as possible. Because if they know he's gone, they know where his dad is.
He says like, "Oh, they know my dad."
I mean, he's been putting up posters for a long time now.
Oh, he shouldn't have done that. And like he just grabs his head. He's like, and everything seems to be sinking in on him. He's like, "What am I doing?" And he's like, "Who even are you guys? Why'd you know like where I was?"
Because we're heroes, my friend. Big damn heroes.
What about your friend? And he seems to be talking about Torque. Like, what happened to
Uh,
him?
He got deaded trying to save you.
Oh my
So
god.
We're gonna raid the place later, so we might just get him and see if the temple can do anything with him.
true.
Well, hopefully he's still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
they got more important matters, which is us still alive, you still alive,
They don't like
than a
people
dead
that
body in
cross
the
them.
sewer.
Well, a dead body that messed with them is still not a safe one.
Mm.
But okay. He says, he's like, well, if they know about my dad and they probably know where he's at, I don't really want to wait and risk them like, giving up the search here in town and then just going out and burning his farm or something.
Well, that's
I
probably
don't know
gonna
what they'll
happen either
do.
way.
And that doesn't seem to comfort him at all. As he's like,
It's just a question of whether you
oh
and him are there
no.
or not, and let's hope that you and him are not there.
I guess. I just wanted to go to school.
Yeah, but at that price, what were you thinking?
I thought they were gonna help. AC 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not high. I'm very squishy. I have
All right.
read magic, sleep, and web. So
Solid spells right there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have two magic casters, and Eddie, your current character is like a
A fighter.
fighter.
I'm a dwarf fighter.
you are
Dwarf
now
fighter.
our only durable character in the party.
We're so
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah,
Shite.
that's okay. It's not like you have an entire company of people chasing after you.
I mean, even if we had 4 fighters, that wouldn't be enough people for that. So,
Time to scram. Whoop, 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 whoop.
But, so you guys are back at the inn. This is like before you walk inside, though. So he's kind of freaking out in the street, and Jeremy's saying like, I don't feel like it's a good idea to stay here. Like, I need to go back and make sure my dad's okay. And
well, like here's kind of my thought. Like, we go inside, we're probably seen going inside, and then we slip out a window in our rooms.
okay, yeah,
So
we could do that.
maybe we stall them a little bit here while we're not here.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that.
We'll pull the old pillows in the bed trick again.
I'm sure it worked the first time.
It was great.
It's like, I've got it. And with that, he puffs his chest up and very awkwardly opens the door to the establishment and walks inside.
And then gets murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go to a room, one of our rooms, and then
Okay. As you guys follow in, you see him still having his chest puffed up. He walks up to the barkeep and says, "Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm
That's not-
staying here tonight." And he looks back at you guys and winks.
Jeremy, we already got a room.
Oh, right. I knew that because I've already been staying here.
Michael
And he
Caine
looks back
this
and
one.
winks again.
Jeremy, come on, man.
What? And then he comes back, joins up with you guys again.
You're overselling, dude.
I'm sorry. I don't deal with these situations very well.
We can see that. So yeah, let's get up to a room, make a little
right.
bit of noise, you know, like we're barricading ourselves in or something like that, and then, you know, maybe even barricade the door a little bit, and then sneak out the window.
He joins into the noise by just like stomping in a circle in the room as you guys are.
But we're gonna go
there.
to the other room on the other side and sneak out of that one.
Okay.
So make noise in one room, so maybe they go, you know, look around at that, and then we'll go
Sure.
out the other.
Okay. Like another room that you guys own, or just like another room?
Yeah,
on the
we
other side of the
had
hall?
2 rooms.
Okay. All right. You do so. Oh, you're
So
getting
much
your
text
spells
for
pushed
web.
in.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
That's
God.
so many. That's so many words. I'm gonna thin that down a lot.
Is that? Oh, does it just like make you post again every certain?
Well,
number
I
of
was
words?
just putting in, yeah, after every certain number of words, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably one that's good to surmise. But okay. So you guys go across the hall. You start climbing out, and you're back on the streets. I'm gonna make a roll for. Forward. Okay. Yep. You guys are able to stealth out. You're back on the streets. Looked like you went into your rooms. Someone was like
All right.
directly behind you or something. The
Hopefully
no.
we sufficiently pulled a fast one on them.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone shows up, the barkeep thinks you're there, and anyone else that saw you think that you're there, and you didn't see anyone that noticed otherwise. So you
Perfect.
feel like you've planted that seed. And so yeah, you guys are back out on the streets. He's like, okay, let's go. And he seems pretty eager to get back to his father's place, which I imagine is where we head next.
I think so.
Okay.
You know, when you get there, you need to get like a couple things that are important to you. You know, if you've got a little money, get the money, get a little clothes, get a little food, leave.
Get on a wagon and get out of town.
All right. So you guys start racing out of town. Out. Go across one of the bridges. You're out walking like the more rural roads on the outside of the town. Heading towards where the farm is. And he lives on kind of one of the farther ones out as well. And as you're approaching, you start seeing kind of this warm orange glow. It's getting a little bit brighter.
What are we doing?
Well, do we go see if the old man's dead or not, or just consider it a loss?
I mean, he's got our money, right?
He does.
We should be sneaky about it and see what happens.
Yes.
You know, maybe they burned the place down and are interrogating him or something like that.
In which case we can jump him.
Yeah.
All right.
I can maybe sneak ahead if we want.
Okay. Yeah. I'll roll that move silently for you.
Hopefully it'll be easier with a loud fire.
All right. So, Dan, you sneak ahead. One thing that you notice is as you go ahead and this kind of glow brightens and definitely seems to be the farm where Jeremy and his dad were at. You see like there's kind of like this little barn on one of the sides of their property that's been lit up in flames. And then there's like a part of their porch at the front of their house that's been lit. Looks like most of the house hasn't been completely engulfed yet, so it's actually probably salvageable. But it looks like it was lit pretty recently. And with that, you're able to kind of look around. You don't see anybody on the grounds, but you do see a group of people leaving on like one of the opposite sides of the streets. Probably if there wasn't the glow of the fire and things to kind of give like a backlight to them, you probably wouldn't have seen them. But with you moving up, you are able to see a group of what looks to be probably 3 or 4 people leaving the premise on the other side of the road.
Okay. Am I able to tell if they're like taking somebody with them, or would I need to like get closer for that? Or
You need to get closer and give me a check.
okay. What would you like?
Give me an intelligence.
Oh man.
Nice. Well, with you moving up, they don't seem to notice you, and 9 is actually high enough where it's pretty easy to see that they've got like, they're not moving at a very consistent pace. They seem to stop every so often. It looks like somebody's kind of fighting with them. It looks like they're dragging someone along.
Okay.
So it does appear that there is someone traveling with them unwillingly.
How far ahead am I? That if I do something stupid, am I gonna get murdered immediately?
2 turns.
Oh boy.
I'll say that.
Maybe instead of going up and doing a sneak attack, I should just shoot them with a crossbow and hide.
Okay. Sure. So you load up your crossbow. You're letting an arrow or a bolt fly.
Yep. And then I
give me
think
that
the
attack check.
goal is to use like hide in shadows
Okay.
after that. So,
Hide in shadows.
maybe they won't know where the bolt came from.
Okay. Is that
And the
a hide
rest-
check?
Can the rest of us see how many people are in that group?
You're not that far yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
so
way
you guys have
ahead.
a-
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So if anyone else wants to move up,
I'll let
I imagine the rest of you
Dan-
are like getting to the farm, and you
Okay.
can see that the barn's on fire, and you can see that the house is just starting to get caught. Like it's like the front porch of it is on fire, but the main part of the house is still fine. Seeing that flame, like Jeremy's kind of running off in front of you guys. It looks like he's trying to do his best to put out the house. But you don't see Dan immediately, because you know that he like ran off ahead of you guys. But you don't see anyone else either. So Dan has kind of like moved up in the property a little bit, and is able to see this group leaving on the other side.
One thing that just blows my mind is that hide is the skill that thieves are worst at.
Yeah, I mean,
How?
Well, I mean, you gotta keep prisons populated somehow.
Right.
I can move silently better than I can hide, which I
right.
think would be harder to move quietly than to stay put. Anyway,
Well, so the way I interpret it is it's like moving silently is making you undetectable audibly, and then hide is being undetectable visually.
yeah.
Like mechanically, that's all that
No,
check
that's fair.
is, and that can be modified. Does the game say anything about like? I haven't seen anything on if that number changes based on if you're like behind cover or not.
It doesn't. I know with like I think it's like Pathfinder and stuff like that. It scales based on your not Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Something else. It scales based on like If
I-
you're in daylight, if you're in darkness,
Is it a percentile or a D6 roll?
it's
a
a
percentile.
percentile.
Okay. I don't know. We can look that up later.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel like you haven't been noticed, but you also know that the party hasn't been noticed. So,
So yeah, what I want is just shoot one of them, and hopefully it will make noise and draw the rest of the party,
okay,
closer without me getting murdered by them immediately.
sure.
So
Yeah, you
I'll
feel
shoot-
like if you launch a crossbow bolt and move back, like you're aware of where the party's at, so you feel like it'd be easy enough to rejoin once you let a bolt go.
Yep.
So, give me that attack.
All right, and this is where it all goes downhill.
You can do it.
I sure wish I had programmed some macros or something for this.
Makes life easier.
I might have to have you help me out with that sometime.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
nice.
bad.
Roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
3
So-
you don't get any bonuses for ranged attacks, do you?
Not on damage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you get any bonuses for sneak attacks unranged?
I don't know if it works for ranged or not. Anytime they are behind an opponent in melee
In
is
melee, okay.
the rule it says for sneak attack.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, 3 damage. Which is still so. Maybe not all of you in the rest of the group hear the initial just like click of Dan's crossbow bolt flying off, but you definitely hear the surprised, painful shriek of the man like way off on the other side of the property, like, "Oh, what the fuck!" And they seem to take this bolt pretty badly.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Take that, you adventuring scum.
At hearing this, I want to start running in that direction, like, ha ha!
Okay.
Combat!
All right.
As a tiny little gnome wizard,
Who's eager for murder.
eager
Awesome.
for murder.
Okay.
I have a spell for
I'm gonna
this.
say, just to make things easier. Let's do initiative. With the one guy being hit by a bolt and them also moving a prisoner, it seems like you're able to catch up to them pretty quick.
Initiative is just a D6 in this, right? That's the one thing I always
Plus
forget.
Dexterity, I think.
Okay, so just a
Yes.
D6.
Well, you did better than me, chick.
All right.
Getting that one out of the way, I guess.
And a 3.
All right. And then
Jamie was trying to talk at me, so let me yell at her real fast.
Eddie, 3. Okay. And then which of you two wants to go first, Chuck or Eddie?
You should let me go first. I'll make your life easier.
I will let you go first and make my life easier.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just a simple dwarf. I just hit things with an axe.
Oh, I'll help you with that.
Okay.
Well,
So
actually,
you guys run up. It looks like there are 3. There's 3 of these thug guys leaving. One of them has a crossbow bolt sticking out of his shoulder, and looks like they were dragging who you assume to be Jeremy's father, and he's just kind of been tossed to the side, and he's
Are there
like
any-
rolling around.
Are there any trees around?
There's a few. There's not any like really close to this fight, but there's like some on either side of the road every so often. What are you trying to, what are you trying to
Um,
do? I guess
I was. Go ahead.
give me a luck check if you want one to be like close enough to use.
That's under.
All right. Yeah. There's a tree pretty close. You guys happen to catch up like right when there's a tree on the side of the road.
Okay. I'm just looking for 2 or more solid and diametrically opposed points.
Okay. So can you use the ground and a tree?
I can't be the ground.
Can't be the ground. Okay. Um, well, so there's like a fence that runs across
That's perfect. That's
the
perfect.
whole property. So, yeah, you could use one of the fence posts and the tree.
A tree. Cool. All right. I will remember that for my turn.
Okay. Jake, looks like you go first. Oh, you're muted.
Would I be able to get within 100 feet of them and perform
yes.
an action?
You already are
Okay.
within 100 feet. Yep.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to cast a magic missile at the fellow who's on the most left.
On the most left. Okay. Okay.
Do 1d6 plus 1 damage. So 2 damage.
As you murdered Jeremy's
Nice.
dad.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I
Just
mean,
an
I
old
guess he
man
technically
screaming
is-
in pain while you murder him.
Yeah, he appears to be like bound around his feet and his hands, and he's got like something over his head partially, but his head, like you see his beard poking out the bottom of it. He's like muffling some obscenities, rolling around in the side of the road. But no, you don't hit his dad. You hit
No,
one of
no.
the guys. You hit the guy
I
next
designate
to.
a thug.
Yes. Hit the guy next to the guy with the arrow in his arm. So 2 of them are injured. It's the guy with the arrow in his arm. And he raises an axe and a torch. He's got like a hand axe and a torch in the other hand. And he runs at. Let's see who's closest. We'll have Chuck, Dan, Jacob, Eddie. 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order.
Don't kill my new character. Not yet.
4, Eddie.
All right.
Nice, love you. Okay.
Bring this little bastard.
It's gonna run up on you. I don't think a 13 is gonna hit you.
It sure ain't.
So he swipes the axe by your head and misses.
It just swings too high.
Yeah. He does a mid swipe and it goes right over your head. From there.
Normally that cuts people in half.
Dan, your turn.
I may try and just shoot another crossbow bolt.
Okay. Let one loose.
Oh no.
8 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't
You
think
send
so.
it flying and misses.
And I may try to use my movement to move silently kind of around to a different position.
Okay. Are you able to make that like a move silently? Or does it not break from your previous?
I don't know. It doesn't say. So I think I'll leave that to your discretion.
So I imagine breaking. I feel like attacking would break it, so you'd have to like roll again.
That's fine.
Well, is move silently an action? I think it is. But
It's an
also,
ability.
you're able to flank, but I think you have to use like an action. I don't know if you can like attack and move silently in the same turn.
Okay. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
But yeah, you're able to still get like a wide angle on him. All right. from Dan goes to enemy 2, the one hit by the magic missile. And he's going to raise a sling and send a rock flying at Eddie again.
Oh,
They don't like you.
They're really going after the little guy.
Yeah, I guess.
must
Does
think that you're
a
me shooting at them.
16 hit?
No, just
Then
pings off my shield.
Yep. Thunk, as a rock hits your shield and bounces into the dirt. After them, it is Chuck.
okay. So I had a thing I was going to do, but then after thinking about it, like I'm not exactly sure if we would all get caught and if I cast a spell that fills 8,000 cubic feet. So the center cluster,
Well, 8,000 cubic. Because like cubic means
that's 10 by 10 by 10 squares.
10 by 10 by 10.
Massive still.
I mean, and you're out in the open.
Yeah.
So, are you able to like decide the area that hits? It always has to be 8 though.
Yeah, it's 8,000 cubic feet. It doesn't give anything on if it has to be
Okay.
a line. It's
'Cause
just
I'd say you'd be able to hit 2 of them. It'd probably be hard to hit the one that ran up to Eddie.
how close is the one that ran up to Eddie? How close are they to the other two?
They're within 30 feet of each other.
Cool. Would Eddie be inside or outside of that 30 feet?
I'm gonna say Eddie would be within that. If you're doing like a web that hits all of them.
Well, I'm
It'd
thinking
basically
about
be
something
like-
else.
It'd basically be like 80 feet by
Okay,
80 feet by 10
okay.
feet, right?
Okay, I'm thinking about something else currently.
Okay.
So circle, range of effect. I choose this location, 30, everything within 30 feet might be affected. So if I choose them as the center, would Eddie still be within that
Okay.
30 feet?
Just barely not.
Cool.
They
I
ran
cast
straight
sleep.
Okay.
Good thing I
All
didn't
right.
move in for a sneak attack instead.
Yeah.
So they all need to make
Snowy
me
is
a
right.
save versus spell.
Okay.
Presuming that they're third level or 3-hit die or lower.
Okay.
If they're 4,
Uh,
it doesn't affect them.
It affects all of them. So
Nice.
rolling high is bad on these.
Rolling
right?
high is bad. They need to roll under their
Under-
spell save number.
Okay. Spell save. And what's the DC that they? Or,
It's set by
determined
theirs,
them. Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So 2 of them fall asleep.
Nice.
The guy that has the arrow in his arm is awake.
Okay. Those that fall asleep are asleep for 15 rounds. Unless we deal damage or do something to wake them up physically.
Okay.
See, I made it easier for all of you.
All right. Eddie, your turn. The guy that was swinging his axe at you falls over asleep, and the only one standing is the one that was like in the middle of the group that's got an arrow in his arm.
Is the dude they were dragging, is he asleep too?
He would be in that, wouldn't he? Let's see. Oh yeah, he's asleep.
Okay.
So yeah, you heard all these obscenities and him like struggling, and as you hear the fight break out, he's like, "Yeah, get him!" And now he's silent. Just your faint snoring coming from within his bag.
Charge the guy that's still up.
So the guy with the arrow in his shoulder, he's how far away from me?
He's about 35 feet.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I don't have that much movement. Yeah, I'll just make crazy eyes at him and walk my 20 feet of distance towards him.
Okay. You do such. After that, it's a guy who's asleep. Loops back around to Jake.
I think I'll just come out of the darkness behind Eddie, and I'll tell the one guy who's still remaining that he has one chance to turn around, fuck off, and keep fucking off forever, or else he's gonna die.
Sounds like a good. Give me a charisma check on that. Just want to see.
Alrighty. Oop. Let's try that with 2 L's. Oh shit!
I'm gonna claim that my crazy eyes is helping there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you say that.
The crazy, angry, rageful dwarf is now walking towards him with a battle
just-
axe, and some guy stands behind him and just goes, "You're about to get fucked."
Yeah. He sees.
And from his point of view, like he sees like the crazy dwarf running forward, sees his friend run up to meet him, and then just falls over.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So he sees friend collapse, other friend right next to him collapse. Like because there's like a right in front of him that fell over. The guy in the ditch is quiet. He sees 4 of you. And then Jeremy's not with you. He seems to still be like occupied with putting out the house. Yeah. And then Jake delivers this line very effectively. So he kind of looks around a little bit. He raises his sword, lets go of it, turns around and just runs towards town.
Hooray!
Nice. Now let's murder some people and then. Or do we not murder them? Because technically we haven't killed any of them yet, have we? We haven't killed any CER
No.
people.
I don't think so.
You're muted, Chuck.
Named, but
Do we even know if they're CER?
Not technically. You assumed.
Okay. Well, let's bind them up, loot them, and then decide,
yeah.
if they're CER or not. And maybe we don't kill them because so
Okay.
far we haven't killed a single one of them.
I'm taking their boots.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do we
You've
see any markings of
named-
CER on them?
So most of the people that you fought that had CER markings, it was on their armor. These guys seem to be dressed just kind of like normal people. But you don't see any markings of CER on them. But you do find a piece of paper in one of their possessions that has like brief instructions on where this house was. Like reading at them, it sounds like instructions on the path that you took out of the city to get to his house, and then the name of the father on it, which he is.
Was he the dude that they were dragging off? Because we've met him before, right?
Yeah, and you recognize him, so you're able to wake him up.
I don't know. Yeah, let's tie him up and loot him.
Yeah, and maybe we can interrogate them a little bit or something.
Yeah.
If they're not CER, maybe they're just a bunch of puds like us, and they just got paid by the CER.
You can
So
put them
they
in the
keep their
burning
hands
building.
clean.
Oh,
What's that?
Put them in the burning building. After we loot them.
I don't remember what I named
That'd be
this
killing
guy.
them again, though.
Wow, the barn would kill them. I'm just moving them. After I take their boots.
I'm gonna say his name's Farmer Benny. Farmer Benny. You know Farmer Benny.
cool.
If they're just CER,
All right,
they
Joe.
probably got told a lie and took some money.
What kind of stuff do they have on them?
Again, they don't have a whole lot. You see, they've got stuff that's like each one of them had a torch and like a tinderbox fire starting kit. And A few of them had like some oily rags, so it looks like they were outfitted to start a fire. And then there is a coin purse on each of them that's got 35 gold in it.
Ooh, but they're paying some
Cool.
good money for them to do this.
And we recovered
So-
2 or 3 of them.
2 of them.
Two. What
So that's
weapons
what-
did they have, Joe? A
70
sling
gold.
and what else?
A sling and a hand axe.
Gotcha. Let's
As you
take their
guys
weapons.
are untying Farmer Benny, you hear like you go up to him and you hear just like "Rah!" You hear this muffled voice of him yelling. And after you ungag him, he says, "Thank you." You hear this muffled voice that sounds similar. Continue. And you're like, "Let me out!
The fuck?
Hey!"
Uh-oh.
And from, I think it was Eddie's pack, you hear this muffled voice yelling out.
From
The fuck
Eddie's
did you do?
backpack?
Mhm.
What did
What
you
did I
do?
put in my backpack?
Open it up and find out.
I'm going to say Eddie because I forget who grabbed it.
Or
But,
was it that skull that we grabbed?
so you start rifling through your bag, Eddie. And as soon as you lift open, there's like this purple light that you see inside of your bag. And you see at the bottom of your bag, with a few of the random loose items in it, there's like, a piton and stuff. Or how do you say those? Pythons, whatever. There's like one of those in the eye socket of it. And he's got like a shoe in his mouth. And you just see this skull, slightly animated, yelling, say, "Hey, yeah, you! Get me out of here!"
I
know you see me.
I'm gonna set
Take
the
him to the Mages College.
I'm gonna set the bag down on the ground, take about 3 steps backwards, sit on the ground, and light a pipe. I'm like, I have no idea how to process what's going on.
I'll go check
Hey!
it out. I'll go check it out. I'll open it up. Like, we'll get you out. You're not going to do anything bad to me if I touch you, right?
No! I'm
You're
just
not
the
gonna do
inventory
anything-
guy.
Oh, okay. Pull him out.
You pull him out. So after you pull like the spike out of his eye, you see these like 2 lights blink, and he's like, "Oh God, that was painful." Who are you guys?
We're the group that stole you.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. This is the skull from down in the.
That was in the slime. Did you
Yeah.
want to be stolen? Because we can always put you back.
I mean, they kept me alive. There's a little bit of a regimen I need to keep my, my parts from falling off. But
What
Parts.
parts?
You
You
don't
have
have
no
any parts?
parts.
well, it's just figure of speech. There's some things that need to happen for me to stay sentient and alive, and they do that. And
What if we put you in another body?
I mean, that'd be kind of that'd be great.
Get
I
the
don't know
other
how you're
skull
gonna
out.
do that.
We got this. Get the other skull out.
What's the ritual that they do?
Well, it's not. I didn't decide. I didn't make the rules,
Uh-huh.
but I need human blood. It's not. You know.
We got this. No problem. I'll pull out the other skull.
Okay.
And I'll set the
which-
other skull.
Which
being,
I think I have it. So
well, give me the
yes.
skull.
Okay.
We got this. And I
So,
hold.
you
yeah.
grab the other skull. It's been a while since you guys have looked at it, but you had it like pretty packed in, covered, and you had like a rope in its mouth, and you see it's been like trying to knead its teeth through the rope, it's not making very much progress because it doesn't have a whole lot of motion. But you see it's cut through this rope a little bit.
Okay. I'll hold this skull, carefully not looking in its eyes, in
Okay.
front of our new skull.
It's like, how many
Yeah,
of
this is
how
going
many
to be a
skulls
little
do you
weird.
get? Do you just find skulls and
You'd be surprised how many magical
let's-
skulls you can find while not even looking for them.
Yeah,
Let's
this is
warn
our
this guy,
thing
like-
on not even on purpose.
Don't
Let's
worry, you'll
warn him.
be
This is going
flesh
to be
and
weird.
It's fine. You're going to be flesh and blood in a matter of moments.
I
Okay,
don't know
here's the
how
deal.
that.
Here's the deal.
Ah.
I'm going to start digging a hole. A deep hole.
Okay. Yeah,
Because after we put
you're
the
on a
evil
farm.
guy in this skull,
So
We don't know that he's evil yet. We've never actually spoken to him.
you have
well,
never
he
spoken
tried to take Chuck's body.
I mean,
Yes.
wouldn't you if you were pinned in a wall for years and years?
yeah.
and
I mean,
years?
well, that was Torg. I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. So I hold the other skull, uncovering its eyes in front of this new skull.
So are you waiting for Eddie to dig a hole of some sort? You guys
I
are
don't
on a
know.
farm, and there are like plow and there's like a ton of tools available to.
I don't know what the
Assist
hole's
in
going to
that.
do for us. The skull can't move, can it?
Yeah, it's one skull to another skull. He
Yeah.
can start digging. We still got all
Sure.
the people tied up. So if shit goes
Yeah.
south, at least
Yeah,
they're
I'm just
still tied up.
curious. Okay.
So yeah, I hold the old skull, uncover its eyes right in front of the new skull so they look eye to eye.
All right. So the the new skull. You see his like eyes, they're blinking, and like as you can tell where he's looking because the light in his eyes kind of like flicker around to track you guys. And as soon as the eyes are revealed on the old skull, you see his eyes like fixate to it, and you hear him start to say, "What the?" And eyes blink out for a split second.
Okay.
You see the eyes widen inside of the old skull, and you
Mhm.
see the eyes blink back in the new one.
All right, time to cover it
And
up for a
he
second.
resets its jaw and looks back at both of you and seems to be quiet.
Okay. I cover up the old skull's eyes. And I'd be like to the new skull, like, hey, who are you?
He says, what? This is, why can't I move?
Because you're just a disembodied head right now.
Yeah.
That's what I have been, I guess, for.
Well, you're a
some
different
time.
disembodied head.
One that can talk.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm a
Are
man.
you
I
are you evil?
don't think so.
Okay, cool. I'll walk up to one of the sleeping dudes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hold this skull right in front of the dude's face. Does one of you want to go like kick him in the side to wake him up?
Does the blue skull let
me.
him jump though, or are you taking the old skull?
It's
and
a
holding it?
purple skull.
This is the old skull that now has the new skull's spirit in it.
All right.
I'll
yeah.
kick the guy. I'll kick him hard.
As soon as
Okay.
I see his eyes open up after getting kicked, I want to remove the cover from the old skull so they both look eye to eye.
Okay. You do that. The new guy, or the guy you kicked in the ground, is like, what the fuck? And his face stops for a second. You see his eyes kind of like glaze over for a little bit. You see the eyes blink out in the old skull and then come back. And then you hear what kind of sounds like the voice of what the skull sounded like pick back up. And he's like, that feels really weird.
But you're
What?
alive. You have a body.
He looks down and it's like, could have got a better body, I guess, but I'm not one to complain.
Well, we can
Choices
do
are
that.
limited.
What does the other body look like? The other sleeping dude.
The other sleeping dude.
Yeah.
Of the two, you have him in the younger one. Like, this is probably the better
Okay, cool.
choice of the two. The other one looks
Cool.
to be like not. Other guy looks to be like more of a drunk. This is more like a younger like farm worker probably. That's what you guess.
Okay. Cover up the eyes on the old skull.
Yeah.
Set it
So it's like,
aside.
I guess if these are my choices, I'll stick with me.
Yeah.
Do you
So
do this a lot?
No,
not as much as we would like.
Ooh, we should try it
Okay.
on Torg.
We
Torg
would
is
have to
kinda
recover
dumb.
Torg.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Torg is
Is
dead.
Torque?
Don't worry about it. He's an old friend. We would have to recover Torg's body, but at that point, we could just take him to a temple and get him resurrected.
And you just
Oh, no,
see him,
he's
like,
still
wiggle his
tied
hands
up.
around and...
He's still tied up.
Oh, okay. He's
We
still
didn't
tied up.
untie him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
not yet. Not until he talks a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you stay there, experience blood flow for a moment. We should talk to the
Okay.
new skull with the old skull spirit, figure out if he's evil or not. And if he's not, we'll put his mind
drunk?
in the drunk's body.
It's like, yeah, I can't really help you too much with that. I'm just the guy that when I died, they made me keep doing my job in that thing. So have fun. And he just kind of rolls over on his back and is laying there looking up at the sky.
Enjoy the outside.
Enjoy weather. I'll go talk to the new skull with the old skull spirit.
All right. So you.
So fucking convoluted.
Yes, it is.
What are we even doing here?
We're making friends at the
Yeah, I think
cost
so.
of enemies, maybe?
I think
You
so.
get a new body. You get a new body.
You
get a new body.
I think I'm going to take notes on all this within my spell book, and then maybe I can sell this information at the college later.
Oh, hey, what spells do you have?
Oh, you can swap spells,
well-
can't you?
Yeah, I have sleep and web.
Those would both be very handy. And I have magic missile.
Later on, we're spell swapping.
Do you guys have to
All
prepare
right.
spells, or can you just cast anything that you have?
We have to prepare spells, but spells we don't cast at the end of the day, we get to keep is prepared.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then, yeah, we can just,
Oh, so can you prepare X number per day?
we can both, presuming we're both third level wizard or magic users, 2 first level and 1 second level spells per day.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do that later.
Do those like store up to a max, or if you don't cast spells for a few days, you can cast more than normal on a day? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Or... Okay.
No, each day we're capped out 2 first level, and we have to prepare each slot.
Okay.
And then 1 second level. So Jake's probably got 3 magic missiles prepped.
No, I've got 0. I don't know about casting in higher level spell slots. It doesn't say anything about that.
I would presume you
I
can.
imagine
You just
you
don't
could.
get bonus like it doesn't
Yeah.
upscale.
Right.
Unless it
right.
like specifically says that it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't see why you couldn't cast.
Prepare
All right.
magic missile in a second level spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we'll exchange spells later. All right. So I'm going to take old skull and set it in front of new skull again,
Okay.
and then lift the blinds.
Old skull and set it in front of new skull. Okay.
So the
So-
young
so you're
kid's
taking-
mind is now going to be in the new skull.
Okay,
or in
so old
yeah.
skull has its original soul
Yep.
back in it.
Yep.
And we've just swapped places with kid and
Yeah.
skull. Okay.
And then
Uh,
I'm going to go put old skull body or mind in the drunkard's body.
Okay. Okay. So you do that. You kick him, and same thing. He wakes up, and he seems to be like almost hungover, because he wakes up a lot slower, and starts muttering something under his breath. But he makes eye contact pretty quick with that skull. Similar process. His eyes kind of glaze over. His jaw just goes like really limp when that happens. But swaps again. So you see, you can tell when it kind of finishes as his eyes kind of seem to like refocus.
Cool. we'll gag both skulls, re-gag the old one,
Okay.
make sure the eyes of the old one are covered back up, and I'll give the old skull back to Dan and the new skull back to Eddie.
Okay.
So both
So
skulls now have the spirits of these two assholes that we just beat in combat.
okay.
Yeah. I may do a little extra rope around to even further restrict that jaw movement.
Okay. You do such. Okay, so all right. So the younger one is in the purple skull. The
Yep.
older one's in the old skull.
Yep.
And the old skull's soul is in the old man. Which when you're going to get so as soon as his eyes refocus, they widen and he vomits. And he starts saying like, "What the?" And then you gag him. He seems to be like unprepared for the physical state that this body's in.
I'll roll him on his side in case he doesn't remember how swallowing and breathing works.
Mm-hmm. You do such. Yeah, it seems like his mental game on holding his stomach's way weaker than the old man was. So, yeah, he's laying there, kind of miserable. You see the other guy, the younger guy from the Purple Skull originally, just laying on the ground still. He's just staring at the stars.
Okay. Let's question the inventory guy then.
Okay.
The young dude.
Yeah. So you go over to him, and he's just laying there, and he rolls his head back up towards you guys. He's like, "All right, done with all your voodoo swapping bullshit?
Yeah.
Thanks again for this. I don't want to think about too much who I got this from. So if you could
I
limit
wouldn't.
that
Yeah. Well,
information."
what do you mean? Yeah. I'm not telling anyone. Why would we
I
do
don't
that?
even
You
wanna
should
know his
probably
name.
leave town.
No. We should use them to get back into the base.
What?
Well, you're now CER guys. So you could arrest us and take us to your dungeon unharmed. And then we just get out and kick their asses from behind.
I mean, I guess.
As much as I like that idea, I think there's too many of them. Even if we do sneak in.
Yeah.
Well,
There's some pretty messed up stuff there. I would really not want to go back if I were you. Like, did you make it? Like, you guys must not have gone down below the first level if you want to go back.
Sure did.
You are very correct.
Yeah. Well. That's
So
good.
just, info dump on us, man. What all do you know?
I know that. Well, my name was Sockets when they put me into the skull. My name before, I don't really remember. It kind of does something to you when you're in a state that's not really made for you for a while. So
Mm-hmm.
I know everything that I needed to know while I was doing that job. And I have like little glimpses, and it feels. I can't really tell which parts of my memories are memories and which parts are like dreams or something. I don't know. It's hard.
Anyway,
But
so what were you keeping inventory of?
I was keeping inventory of everything in that room. I managed all our spell components. I managed the food for the animals and the beasts, and all of those things down in the second floor. I kept all of the rations in order for everyone that stayed at the base. I kept up on our blood supply that kept me alive. By the way, if you're gonna have something in that skull, it needs a constant supply of blood. Not like a lot, but like an uncomfortable amount a lot. So if you guys
How
are getting into
frequently?
fights like this, a lot, uh, probably once a week. You need like a pint.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we can come up with that if we want to keep that skull sentient
Yeah.
If
if
I mean,
You know,
you guys seem to be
if we let
into
it,
collecting skulls, so
not on purpose, but like if we let it go, is that magic all done then, or like could we put someone into it later?
well, if you guys recast the spell that bound souls to it,
Oh, we
and
don't know
that's
that.
I
a
don't
hell
know
of a
that.
lot
Yeah.
more blood than just a pint every week to
No, we sure
maintain
don't
it.
know that.
They did a pretty sloppy job of it the first time too. Uh, they that's why they need so much blood. Like if you do it better, you don't really need a whole lot. I'm guessing that's kind of what happened to whatever other guy you've got uh, in that bag, and he kind of like nods towards the old skull. He's like, he
Oh,
looks like they did a lot better job with him because I
Yeah,
doubt.
he didn't. He was self-sufficient. He didn't need blood or anything.
that we
Yeah,
know of.
I wasn't really planned to be in that state. Just kind of was a thing to happenstance. Got injured on the job. Uh, Again, I don't like the second floor or anything that they keep alive down there, and had a bit of an accident feeding one of them. Uh,
Uh,
Silver
yeah,
lining is that place is probably being overrun by spiders right now.
that's good. Um, they have some stuff to deal with the spiders if they get in, um, but they're
Mm.
definitely still annoying.
They were all asleep, and we moved their cube
Hmm.
outside of the guards' room,
Oh,
and the wall's gone.
we
well,
trapped the
maybe.
cube there, so it's not moving.
Hmm. Well, one of them might run into it. That door opens in, so yeah, you might get somebody stuck in it. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought.
yeah.
We're nice people, I promise. Though.
How many people are in the base?
Well, there's about I want to say like 9 that usually sleep in that barracks, and then there's me, and then there can be anywhere between no one to 15 prisoners. I think
But
they
we
don't
got all
have
the
that many
prisoners
cells.
out.
Oh, okay. Well, 9 guards. Uh, there's 2 more that stay kind of that torture chamber area. I only know about that because that's where they feed me. Well, used to feed me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't like that area. But it's kind of weird. When you're in that skull for a while, you kind of like. At first, it seems really messed up, but then you kind of like it, and then you start craving it. I hope that goes away. Uh,
I hope so too.
I hope so too. So, what kind
yeah.
of creatures are downstairs?
Oh, well, a lot of them. Uh, have you guys met Delilian?
Who?
This guy in the
No.
purple cape thing.
Okay, I was gonna ask if they got a thing for purple clothes. We didn't meet them, but we stole a bunch of their clothes and
Yeah,
basically
he's
took
just
shit
got
in
a
their
thing
bed.
for purple in general. He likes
Oh
to
yeah.
hunt animals a lot, and he likes to make animals a lot.
That's not normal.
Uh, yeah, he likes to recreate stuff he reads in really messed up stories. Uh, and he's got a lot of kind of a knack for it. So, basement's full of all sorts of his things that he's messed with on that account, and things that he's caught. So they've got like giant worms down there. They've got these 2 giant worms that they use to carve out all those tunnels and caves. You probably
Mm,
saw all the holes from them.
yeah.
They keep them locked down there. You have to throw that powder stuff on them constantly, or else they're able to like bore their way out.
Mm,
Uh, they've got like a few skeletons down there. They've got this thing that's made out of arms. I don't like that one. Uh,
yeah.
and then they have this other thing, kind of like a dog, but a lot bigger. It's got a few more mouths than it should. That's what killed me. Uh,
Okay.
It's those cracker things that I saw in your pack.
Yeah, we weren't sure what those were about, but we took some just in case.
Yeah, that's food for all the animals. It's kind of this weird composite of tastes horrible, but it's got a lot of nutrients in it, and animals don't really care too much about it. So we just make this weird stuff that they all eat.
So if
Okay.
we're in a pinch, it's good eats.
Yeah, it'll keep you alive.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
It's like, I mean, it tastes almost like expired bread. It's not, but it tastes like that.
Great. Well, that's a problem for later me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all about I remember. Uh, I've been there for a long time. I don't know how long I was a skull. I want to say about, hmm, more than a week, less than 10 years. And I don't really know more than that.
Well, you want to like stick with us for a while or just go be a slightly new you?
I mean, yeah, I'm down to buy you your first meal as a person again.
Yeah, I would like to eat something that's not blood.
Cool.
We should find him the rarest steak we can find.
We wanted to get something that was close to your original diet.
Yeah, not
We'll
cold
ease
turkey.
you into it.
Yeah, it's like, well, that'd be great.
We got
Okay.
an
kinda
old
looks at
man
the
and a kid
stars.
to be sending on their way, though.
Yeah, let's untie this dude and just hang loose. We'll get you some food, and then you should probably leave town though. Yeah. Seeing as you're
Yeah,
walking around in a body that, you know.
Probably lives here.
Yeah.
Give him one of the
I'm
pouches of
not
gold
really
that
from
we
here
took off the
originally
guys.
either, so I'll just go back wherever I came from too. I know there's not very many people that really ever come out this far, so
Okay.
We can give him one of those pouches of gold we took off.
Well,
one
that's
of
a
the
lot
two
of
I'll
gold.
just
guys.
say I
Yeah.
have one of those faces, you know.
We can give him
Or
some gold.
We
Like,
can
you
give
know,
him a few pieces of gold out of one of those pouches of gold we took.
Yeah.
Maybe not the
Come
whole
on now.
pouch.
I don't think that we're getting a lot of money for all the work we just did. So
What
Well,
did
if
they
we
have? Like
give-
35 in each?
yeah,
Let's give him like five gold pieces.
well, even if we give this dude 10 gold and the other dude 10 gold, start their new lives, that still leaves us 45 gold to split between the four of us. I mean,
yeah.
that's
That's
still,
true.
yeah. We'll give them 10 gold, be like, we'll buy your first meal, and then 10 gold to start a new life.
That'd be fantastic. Like,
Okay.
so you guys got something against the CER then?
Not really.
I mean, they seem like they're giant assholes.
Oh yeah. Especially here.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
kept me in a
you're-
cube.
Yeah. I only got pulled out of that thing whenever I had to eat, and I think I'm gonna need some therapy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
My existence was living in that cube and then being pulled out of it to drink the blood of whoever was on the torture rack of the day. So
Yikes.
You're gonna need some help.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of counting of whatever was in that room.
Okay. Well, let's go talk to the other dude who's now in a drunken body.
Okay.
Yeah, he's untied, so he can come talk with us if he wants, I guess.
You untie him, and he just continues to lay on the ground staring up at the sky.
That's
It's like,
fair.
I haven't been outside in so long. Even before I was a skull.
Soak it in, guy.
I'm just
Soak
gonna
it in.
lay here for a bit. And yeah, he's just like on his back, just sprawled out on the ground. Okay, so then you go back over to the old man, who was the old skull. Is that who you guys are talking to now?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Pull up.
While we're doing this, I do want to get Jeremy set on like, getting their things gathered up to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go.
Because I imagine that guy running back to town, he'll eventually get there, and maybe more people will eventually come. So,
Okay.
Don't go into the countryside. It's full of arrows and assholes.
And voodoo skull swapping
Voodoo
weirdos.
skulls and people dropping like flies. It's plague. He's gonna sound
okay.
so crazy.
So you go over to this old man though. He seems to have like regained his stomach a little bit. There's been a little bit more drool and stuff that's kind of puddled up around him, but he has like the most frustrated. Like his brow is very like narrowed, and he's just tracking you guys as you're walking around him. You're
muted
muted
again,
there.
Chuck.
Anyway, hey, how's it feel to be a person again?
And he like looks down and kind of shrugs and nods.
Seem not pleased.
Did you say that you untied his mouth gag, or did you leave that?
If we're gonna talk to him, we'll ungag him.
Okay. So he spits it out, and then he like coughs up a little bit of the vomit that was still in his mouth and spits that on the ground. And it's like, who'd you put me in?
An old drunk.
Uh,
We put you in someone who is available.
I mean, if you want, I can definitely put you back in the skull until we find something
no,
else.
don't do that. I can't. I don't want to go back in there.
Well, this is what we got freely available.
Well, I appreciate it, I guess.
We were gonna kill him, but then we thought this might be a good chance to do something different.
Yeah.
Well, definitely is better than the alternative, I suppose.
So, who are you?
Golik.
Golik, how long have you been in that?
Hard to answer.
That's
what
fair.
year is it?
I'll
I
tell
don't
him whatever the
recognize
year is.
any of the constellations that are up there right now.
Oh, you've been in there a long time. Were you put in there willingly?
No.
Are you a bad person?
And does anyone ever say yes to that?
No. I mean, I think that right there is the closest we've ever gotten to a no.
Well, no, I wasn't. I don't remember a whole lot from when I was into person. I don't know how much of what I remember is what I actually remember, and how much of it is whatever's been dreamt up by my state.
Cool.
I
You want some
remember-
dinner?
That would be fantastic.
All right. You guys want anything to ask him anything?
I don't know what to ask him even,
Do you remember the
Again.
ritual that put you in the weird swap skull thing?
Yeah, my apprentice is an asshole, and we were doing it on someone else, and he thought it would be a good time to swap it instead of the person we were doing it on, do it on me. Took all my stuff, took all my research. I don't know what else he did. I got stuck in that body. We were looking into ways to, outlast this, and he just looks down at himself and like raises his arm or just like his elbow and drops it. Like we're looking into ways to avoid this.
Well, it seems that you sort of found that.
Yeah, I did. And then my apprentice at the time was thought he was clever, and I guess he was, because paid out pretty good for him, I presume.
Well,
I've
he's
been
dead
Unless
stuck
he's
on
now,
a
dead
wall.
probably.
now.
Probably, I guess. Yeah,
Unless he's in a skull somewhere too.
I don't know.
Well, if he is, we'll probably find him, knowing us.
Yeah. Well, if he did it right, he shouldn't die. Should still be out there
Cool.
somewhere. He'd probably be a prominent. I don't know. I can see him either being a recluse, hiding somewhere, or he'd be some prominent wizard.
What's his favorite color?
He doesn't have one.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what to do with you exactly.
Well, some water would be good.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Let's get our pressing matters dealt with first. Let's get Jeremy and his dad out of here, and then maybe we can take you out for a nice dinner with our other new friend here.
And he's seems compliant in that. It's like, all right, whatever that you guys feel like is best for me right now.
Well, our good friend here owes them a lot of money, so they'll be coming back, I'm sure. So,
Oh. Who am I right now?
someone.
You know his name?
Nope. We just know he came to kill this old man.
Why?
Dad.
Well, if we tell you that, that could lead to you getting in trouble with somebody else. So
It's easier for you to not know.
yeah.
Somebody got taken advantage of, though.
I'm not worried of any trouble that you guys are in.
So, a young kid over here got taken advantage of and tricked into a bad deal.
I know what that's like.
So, we helped him get out of that bad deal. And of course, they aren't going to like it. So,
Well, a meal would be good. Since I don't recognize even the stars that are out here right now, I'm gonna guess everyone I knew is dead. I'm gonna guess we're probably not in Solthos right now.
do we even
No.
recognize that name?
Give me a intelligence test, anyone that wants to.
I can do that. Because I'm good at that. I'm so good that I got a 5.
Nice.
I accidentally did okay.
Dan.
Jake,
Jake
and
and
Jake.
Dan are smart.
Okay. Dan, you've heard that name before. And you just know it's like a really old country that used to exist. You don't know a whole bunch more than that.
Yep.
Jake, you know, as a magic user, you would know a little bit more about this place. So, Solthos is not the previous kingdom, not the previous kingdom, the previous kingdom of that, of Estrovia. So, there have been, I forget the names of the other two in between it, but it was Solthos, another one, Estrovia. Solthos is where a lot of magic that's still practiced today dates back to. There was kind of like a renaissance and a lot of alchemy and things like that in that time period.
Pioneered the magics.
Yeah. And that's pretty much like what it's known for. Not there's not like a whole there's not super detailed knowledge on that time period or really anyone from it because it was so long ago. But most texts credit that time period with how like the current understanding of magic and alchemy works.
So, do you know any spells?
Yes, I know quite a few.
You want to, maybe hang around and teach me and my buddy some before you get settled into whatever your new life is going to be?
So, yeah, they'll take me a moment to remember. I'll.
I'm sure they would really
I was-
appreciate having you down at the college as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
Me-
true. We could get you a swag teaching job. I mean, they'd help you
Yeah.
further any magical studies you may want to take back up.
They pull people's
Uh,
money out their asses in order to get training there. You're going to make a lot of money there.
Could be a good way to regain my feet, I suppose. I definitely will need access to some
Oh,
resources.
snap. I missed that the lollygaggers rated. Hey, lollygaggers.
Hey
Got the
guys,
That's
chat covered up
fantastic.
now. My goodness.
And
Ooh,
thanks
got
for
some
those bits. I don't
Oh, my
remember what the
goodness.
BFRPG bits are.
It's a
Nightbot
reroll.
told us already.
Did it?
300 bits is a reroll.
yeah,
Nice.
yes, lots of magical body swap. Musical skulls. So he says, so I get my current state. I don't remember most of, especially things as intricate as my spells. I have kind of a brief memory of a lot of things. It'll take me a bit to sort out what I imagined, what's memory, see if anything was planted in my brain. But there's a few spells that I made sure I wouldn't forget them because they'll help me restore my mental state back.
I got
So-
an odd question for you. Would you have ever put some of your knowledge into a book?
Yeah, I did that.
You did do that? We've heard of people
A few.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't the first to do it. I know the guy who was though.
That's cool.
So he was a friend of mine. That was one of the many projects I was working on with my apprentice at the time.
You remember what
Uh,
any of those books might have looked like?
They
Keep an
usually
eye out
are
for
just a. They don't look too different than any other book, I suppose. But they're usually thick leather books. They've got like a big glass eye on them.
Oh, we found one of your books.
It might be mine.
If I was
There's
to let
several
you
of them.
see it, would it corrupt you?
Oh, it wouldn't corrupt me. I made it. If it's
That's-
not my book, it could potentially corrupt me.
I mean,
Right,
it's-
right.
Well, why don't you take a look at it? I mean, listen, I hate to hold this over your head, but it would be super cool. It's, repayment for rescuing you from eternal damnation in that dungeon and putting you in in a body. It would be super
Yeah.
cool if you could teach us a couple spells.
To be honest, I don't know. You guys seem to be okay with the body swapping. I don't want to stay in this one. And
Okay, cool.
that's
We can help you with that.
my only real term, I
Jeremy!
guess. I don't get me wrong, I appreciate greatly this over my previous state.
Just consider it your starter body, right?
Right.
Let's go find one of
guys-
those farm kids chucklehead
Hey,
friends.
hey now. We're not out here to kill innocent people.
We'll just wait until we
I didn't say
find.
anything. I didn't say anything about killing.
I mean, that's basically the same as killing him. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
We'll just
carry him around. We'll put him in a big, powerful body. Then he can be all growed up.
we'll just wait until we're gonna fight some more of these assholes from this organization. We'll just wait until we see a good body.
Find an asshole that you want to be in.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how
And
do you
then-
feel about the color purple?
That would
It's a
be
color?
intense.
Hey there, stranger buddy. Would you like to slide on into this asshole?
Hey, look at the skull for me real quick.
Yeah. I've done, I don't have too much of a care who it is. If it's someone that you guys don't like, that makes it better for you. But I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be in this body.
Sure. Yeah.
Good. All right,
Yeah,
so I'm
just-
thinking we go back to that place. We go to the lower level. We find the guy in purple. We do the skull swap.
Did you
All the
catch
information he knows, we learn.
the part where
Terrifying.
it's super terrifying down there? There's dogs with extra mouths. There's purple worms. There's fucking creatures on top of creatures.
You hear a
Get
voice
loaded
like
up with
off-
magical
you
stuff.
hear, you hear Socket speak up from like the other side of you guys. He's like, "Yeah, it's real bad down there."
We don't listen. I don't have the thing with like maybe at some point we cross toes with this dude, but to get him in a better body, we don't have to put ourselves in that much danger.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I was just thinking,
He's
you know,
like,
maybe we
I'll
could,
just
like,
take Younger
steal
at
all
this
his
point.
info.
What's
We'll
that,
work
Joe?
on that later.
The old guy says like, "I'll just take Younger at this point."
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I want to do, I don't know if he like pinches the skin on his arm and like snaps it back. It's like, I don't know how well this is gonna hold up to what I need.
Yeah. And you're probably in store for some alcohol withdrawals. I'll just be totally honest with you.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
We'll help you out.
Let's get you untied. We'll go get us some drinks, get us some food. We'll put you up for the night. And then tomorrow we can take you to the, the college and start getting you set up.
I don't know if tomorrow will be too soon or not.
Oh, you need more time to get your own shit sorted.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be in
Probably be
a
in the
body
new
that I'm
body
able to
first.
restore. Yeah, basically, I'll need a body that is able to cast the restorative magic that I need to let me finish reattaching the rest of.
So you need a body that can cast magic.
Yes, which pretty much any healthy body will do. The healthier, the better.
Okay. We got you on this.
That'd be fantastic.
Plan on
Yes,
being
yeah.
in that body for like a week. Tops.
And he looks down and he's like, "Well, I guess I was on the skull for a lot longer." He goes to stand up and vomits at the like the force of that. It's like, "Oh God, it'll be a long week."
Yeah, well, I mean, unless we want to go searching for some ruffian tonight. Well, let's get some food first.
Yeah, it's getting
That's
late.
Priorities. Also, Jeremy and his dad.
Oh yeah, Jeremy's dad.
I keep saying
This entire time, Jeremy has been trying to put out his house.
Kid, it's a lost cause. Oh, you did tell him
he's-
that you sent them to start recovering things from their house at least.
Yeah. So he was actually able to do a pretty good job at putting out the front part of his house. Like, the wall is kind of compromised on the front left of the house. Deck is gone. A lot of the
None of
roof's
that stuff
gone. Like, the
matters.
thatching and stuff on the roof just kind of went.
Well, I mean,
But they have a well on their property, and he was able to do pretty good with that. Once a lot of like the really quick stuff burnt away. So
Yeah.
his house isn't on fire. Barn's total loss. A few of the animals died.
but dude, you're gonna
No.
have to leave town.
none of that stuff matters, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gather what you can and get out.
I suppose. Yeah, you're right. And he kind of like sets down what he was holding and then walks out and starts trying to run together like what he needs to get his wagon going.
Yeah, they know where you live. They already got screwed over on their first attack on you. They'll come back. It'll be worse. You owe them so much money that they can't afford to not do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to
And then-
go where the CR does not exist.
Also with this too, as you guys go back, there.
You were muted, but I could read your lips.
Oh, okay. I think
I
my
mean-
dog's trapped somewhere, and
Oh,
he's also
was-
named Eddie.
He was yelling at Eddie, and so I just sent him a message in chat that just said sorry.
That's great.
Couldn't
So
help it.
Farmer Benny. Oh, his name was Vernon. That was the that was the name. Whatever. He's Benny now because that's what I call him.
Vernon Benny.
Yeah, Benny Vernon. Whatever. Farmer Benny. He has a son back now. He's very happy, and he says like, "Well, appreciate you guys all. You know, I didn't think you were gonna get him back once I heard who he was dealed up in, but after all this, I see you guys are into some weird stuff. It's a little beyond me. But
Yeah.
you know, world's
Yeah, that's a
changing.
good way
I
to put
guess
that.
that's what Jeremy always says. We're gonna be downsizing a little bit, so there's a few things we're not gonna be able to pack into our cart. So that could be your payment, I suppose.
Sounds great to me.
The only thing I can spare is this, and he rummages through and pulls out a coin purse. He's like, "Here's 45 gold. And I've got a cellar."
Listen, man, I can't speak for the entire group, but I just want to put the idea out there for the group. Like, keep your money.
I wasn't gonna take his money.
Yeah, keep your money, man. Like, use that to get yourself out of town and set up life somewhere else.
He's like, "Oh, I really appreciate that." And
Yeah.
he pockets
I
it.
mean, just anything you leave behind, we're probably going to sell, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
If you've got anything specifically of
Yeah.
known value that you're not gonna take with us and point us at, I'd appreciate it. But
Yeah.
He points, and there's a wine cellar, like a half buried.
I'm already halfway there.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "That place is pretty much stocked, so you can have that."
That's
I'm gonna,
amazing.
I'm gonna take
Alright.
a bottle or two.
Yeah. All right, cool. Take your shit, take your money, hop in your wagon, and ride off into the sunset. That way you all don't get murdered by terrible monsters.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yep, we
And
may
they-
even light your place on fire again.
Well, just don't do it while I'm here, please.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
I know.
I
But
can
you know,
only
it's fine.
stand to see so much of my livelihood burning.
How far outside of town is this farmhouse?
It's pretty far. Like you can barely see the
Okay.
city. So
I was thinking like maybe we fix it up and keep it for ourselves, but I don't want to have to walk that far if I need to hit up a late night grocery store.
yeah.
well, I imagine the CR would come out for us out there too, all the same.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure whatever
Yeah.
we don't take and that they don't take, the CR is probably going to take and try to turn back into money for them, which is why I was like, maybe we just go ahead and burn it down. So
That's a
give
good
'em-
thought.
Give
Yeah.
them the finger one more time.
That's a good thought.
Yeah. But they, Jeremy and his father go back to loading up their cart. They've got like one pack animal left and like a few other ones, and they seem to be pretty busy with that. But yeah. Let's see where are we at. We've got you've got 2 skulls and 2 NPCs.
Yep.
4 total, I guess. So Old Skull has the old man.
Yep.
Purple Skull has the young man.
Yep.
Young Body has Sockets, the inventory man, and Old Body has Golik, the really old man.
Yeah.
Is this
So
what
was-
you expected to happen tonight, Joe?
Not tonight. Yeah. I was I expected more stuff to happen with the skull sooner than tonight. But yeah. But this was a good time for it, I guess, too. Um, so yeah, is your guys' plan then like going back into town at the inn or
I'm raiding that wine cellar first.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Oh yeah.
yeah.
get
What
Eddie
all
his
do I
wine.
find in there?
You open up the cellar to what looks to be one of the best stocked wine and ale cellars you've ever seen. Like there are kegs and kegs on one side, and then just racks and racks of bottles on the other.
I
Are
can be
there
able to
any
haul this out of here.
carts? Yeah, are there any kind of carts around the farm that are still in operation?
Wheelbarrows, etc.
There is a wheelbarrow, yes.
Wheelbarrow? Okay, whatever. I will pack as many of the kegs into that wheelbarrow as I can, and I will pack as many bottles as I can into my pack.
I've got a backpack, a belt pouch, a large sack, and a small sack. Fill them up.
yeah. Let's have the thief carry a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
right.
What can I fit into my pack, Joe? How many bottles?
Roll me 2d12.
Yikes.
5.
All right, I will put 5 bottles of wine into my pack, and
Okay.
then whatever I can fit into the wheelbarrow, kegs, bottles, whatever, I'm gonna pack that in there.
Gnomish Invader says you have a reroll.
We do have a reroll.
I would be
Well, this
fine
is-
if you used it for.
Well, but this is just for my personal drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keep in-
This is just for the walk back.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm also going to be double fisting some of this stuff here in the next like 5 minutes. So,
The road wine.
yes, road wine.
How much can I pick up as well?
Yeah, give me 2d12.
Right.
Everyone that's raiding the wine cellar, give me 2d12.
Sure.
That'll be what you're able to fit.
Ooh, I get 19.
Good God.
There you go.
Yeah, I figure when we get back to the inn or something, maybe we just sell a bunch of the stuff to the innkeeper. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we've come into possession of a large quantity of ale and wine. If you would like some of this,
And remember, if the CER asks, we were never here.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that for sure. You'd be able to sell. How much do those go for? That would be. So these are each common quality wines. Yeah, each common quality wines, which are 8 gold piece apiece.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, what's 8 times 19?
Gosh, it's like 72 and 80, so like 152.
Oh shit, look at you doing head math. You are spot on.
Am I?
Yeah, I'd use my calculator. 152 on the dot.
Woo!
Look at that. Gnomish Invader knows how to do math as well.
Wow.
So, Joe, how many of the kegs can I fit into this wheelbarrow?
Give me D6.
4.
4.
Sweet. Then I am
And
going to
then-
be pushing along this thing with 4 kegs in it.
Then give me a D percentile. 5. Okay. So, 3 of them are common quality, so they're 8 gold pieces. One of them is higher quality, which is 30 gold pieces. So one of those
Ooh,
kegs
nice.
is worth 30. The other 3 are worth 8.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make some
Wait,
coin off this.
The kegs are worth the same amount as the barrels?
The
Or
bottles.
the kegs are worth the same amount as the bottles?
Wine versus ale, you know.
Ah,
Yeah.
wine versus ale. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Gotcha. Wonder if I should swap out for bottles of wine in the wheelbarrow instead of the kegs.
Is there enough wine left in the cellar to fill up the barrel?
Give me a luck check.
Eddie, do you want to roll this or you want me to?
I'm neutral on luck, so
I've got an 11.
yeah, you roll it.
All right. 7, it's under.
Nice.
There is.
Sweet. So here's what I propose then. Let's keep the barrel of really good ale in there and fill
Or-
the rest of the wheelbarrow up with bottles.
You already started digging that hole. Let's finish digging that hole. Bury everything we don't take with us now.
Come back for it later.
Come back for it later.
All right, let's bury the 3 kegs that are standard quality and whatever other bottles are left in the place. Let's take the one really good keg and fill the barrel with the rest of the with bottles if we can.
I would say like
Um,
all of your guys' rolls are the wine that you found. Like that's what's
So that's
Oh,
all
okay.
the wine. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Well, then,
was it
yeah, we'll just
5, 14, 9, so 19, 19. So we got 38
Okay.
bottles total.
So, I mean, at that point, we'll just take all the barrels and all the wine, I guess.
how many bottles, Eddie, again? 38.
38 total.
Okay. I'm putting that in the group loot.
All right, that's fine.
Document.
Then I'll just leave the kegs in the wheelbarrow and I'll push that myself. The rest of it, I guess, we'll carry in our backpacks and such.
Sounds good. A lot of plotting for getting rich on wine.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's good gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 38 times what, 8 gold a bottle? So talking 240, 288.
Yep.
That's good gold.
That's the only way I
Oh,
could
and then,
think of like having a major payout for this guy's quest, because like the whole thing, when I was planning this quest, I was like, wait, this all happened because they're poor. Crap. You're supposed to get a payout.
Well,
it'd also be 342 if you count the 4 kegs as well. So 342 gold for everything.
All right. And we can always
Right.
do the logistics on this later. It's
Yeah.
it's only 11:30 yet, and we got more time
Yeah.
to play.
Just throwing it out there. We need 1,000 gold
We need 1,000 gold.
for Jake and I.
For
Just swapping spells. We can swap spells between our spell books.
Mhm.
It takes a day per spell, and it costs 500 gold per spell. So if I learn one of his spells and he learns
Oh.
one of my spells, we have to
All
spend
the
a day
more
doing it.
reason. All the more reason to get that man in the college with all of his money that he could earn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Gullick owes us for getting him out of that skull now. He owes us big.
Yeah. We need a lot of money.
Let's try and keep it, good natured.
Yes. But also, we need money.
Especially on the off chance that he's evil.
Mm-hmm.
What if he's evil and then he's like, fuck you guys, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because of what him and his apprentice were working on, he's definitely evil. But
As long as he's friendly to us, evil.
exactly.
That's what I mean. Gotta keep it amicable.
Yeah.
He's not
All right.
evil at you.
Let's head back to the tavern then.
All
Or the
right.
inn.
Yeah, you guys head back. Old man passes up on drinks. Cause he's like,
Understandable.
I swear I was already raiding wine cellars. Like, good God, this guy was drunk.
Yeah.
So he just kind of sits and is just like eating bread and trying to drink water and stuff and sober up as much as he can. The other guy, Sockets, is getting plastered. He is very excited to be back in a body. He's like, I haven't been able to drink or eat anything other than blood in forever.
Maybe keep that down just a little bit in public.
He is yelling that like as as he's drunk. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That probably sounds real messed up." But he's having a good time. Yeah, you guys are able to celebrate.
Nice.
that
Will the
back
bar
up.
buy our wine?
Yes. Yeah, I'll just say he'll purchase. So how much were you selling total?
I would like to sell all 38 bottles, but I don't know if Eddie's down for that as well.
Like
I'm
we
fine
could,
with that.
Okay.
Yeah. How much gold would that be?
100 and was it 38 times 8?
Like what's the total value? 138 times 8.
38 times 8.
Okay.
304 gold
300.
for just the wine.
So he would give you 260 for that.
I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna haggle him. Yeah. 260.
Yep.
and then we got the barrels of ale too. 54 gold worth of barrels of ale, I think.
Yep. So he would give 43 for that.
43 gold altogether. All right. Party money is up to 577 just in gold.
Awesome.
Not too bad.
Hey, Joe, you remember those scroll tubes we found like 800 years ago?
Yeah.
Are there spells on those? Is there anything inside them?
I
No.
thought we already decided they're empty. We just
Yeah,
kept
they
them
were empty.
because they're useful potentially.
Okay, cool.
Right. Yep. Yeah, when you guys rated them initially, you checked if there was anything in them, and it looked like you were just in the room where they like transcribed things and packed it up and loaded it into the tubes, and then you found like tubes left over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we actually already sold most of the tubes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you did. I think you guys held on to like 2 or
5.
3 of them or something.
5.
We had 15, I think, and we kept 5.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because they seemed pretty sturdy and decent quality. They'd be good
never
for
know.
scrolls if you find any. So, yeah. Cool. Jake,
Yes.
as the deal's raging on, everyone's getting drunk and having fun, enjoying themselves. As you're like maybe coming back to your table with another round of food, there's dishes and goblets and things piled up. You go to clear space for your plate and set it down, and as you slide plates out of the way, you see that duck sitting underneath where that debris was.
How did you get out? I'll pick it up and I'll look it over. Well, I was gonna say if there's anything odd about it, but yeah, it's odd. So I'll just look at it
Mhm.
and I'll put it in my backpack.
Nobody seems to notice that you're doing this except for Golik, who like everybody else seems to just be completely off doing their own thing. They don't acknowledge it. No one's making like eye contact with anything you're doing. Doesn't seem like anything significant's happening with you. So, but Golik, you can see like where his eyes are looking. He can see you, and he sees what you're holding. and then you put it back into your pack.
I'll just shrug my shoulders at him and say, books, you know how they are.
You touched it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You still have it?
No, I traded it to some guy who's obsessed with badgers.
Okay. Does this guy have a name?
Herbert? Ishmael? I only... I don't remember. I remember he had badgers.
Are you intentionally not saying his name, or do you?
I'm intentionally not saying his name.
Okay. He's like, huh.
He was Badger Man, the Dark Knight himself.
He's like, yeah, it's probably nothing. It's like, well, don't lose the book again. Gets worse each time.
Okay.
And he just goes back to it and continues to eat his like real plain bread, trying to sober up. He coughs up a little bit of something every so often.
I will eat whatever ye old equivalent of pretzels are.
Probably still
Sure.
pretzels.
Yeah. I don't know. When were pretzels invented? I have no
I have
idea.
no idea.
The summer of 1976
Yeah. By Bill Clinton.
by Bill Clinton.
And Al Gore.
He was more proud about those than the internet.
Yeah.
The pretzels are actually what led him to make the internet.
Yeah, it inspired him. The
He
shape of
needed a
it.
snack.
It's like a series of bread tubes, but with the internet now. My God.
Yep.
I'm sure
When you
that's
think about it, pretzels really are just a series of tubes.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's so true.
And that's how the internet was born.
Yes.
Mhm.
Take the
Al Gore
bread
was looking at
tubes.
a pretzel. It's like, God damn it, tubes, salt covered tubes.
I could do it all again. That's how the internet was made.
Hmm.
Everybody loves Al Gore's salty tube.
Oh my.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys are doing in particular tonight? Any further?
Drinking, eating, resting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably sharpening my axe and smoking my pipe.
I don't want to go
Sure.
like crazy on drinking because I'm still concerned we'll get attacked. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a gnome. I'm going hard, and that's not a lot. So
He had
Couple
one
thimbles.
glass and is just gone.
Bring me a sippy cup of tepid beer.
Sure. No. Yeah. It continues for the night. It seems like the crowd stays a little bit later at this bar than the previous one. It's not quite as big of a crowd, but they seem to have less of a place to go. So lasts quite significantly longer. When it gets probably a little bit past midnight, Golik just gets up and goes over to his room. He speaks to the bartender just briefly, and I forget. Did you guys give him gold?
we planned to give him 10 gold. So
Yeah.
we can just say we
each
gave
of
him 10
the
gold.
each of the former skulls got 10 gold each.
Okay. So yeah, he pays for his own room, and then goes up. Rest of you party out. So what's the plan for tomorrow? Like, what are you guys planning on doing from now?
How do we intend to find a new body for him without dying ourselves?
I'm just gonna throw it out here. I would ask if we could all waste a day.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 577 party gold. I'm willing to loan Jake my spell book for the day. And if we burn that 500, that would mean Jake would then have magic missile and sleep.
Probably wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
So sleep is pretty good.
If we do web, I think that would take 2 days.
Well, sleep is valuable because we can
Right.
avoid fighting with it.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
if you're trying to do more body swapping, then
It's helpful.
sleep's probably one of the best
I'd,
spells for
I'd
that.
say having 2 sleeps would probably be instantly valuable.
Yeah. So it's 1 day per spell level and 500 gold per spell level. So for Jake to learn my web spell, it would take 2 days and 1,000 gold.
Jeez, we don't make that much money.
We got to really come up with cash if
Mhm.
being a wizard's expensive.
Yeah, that's pushing it. Let's if we want to have him learn sleep though, that yeah.
Is that cool with you, Jake?
Yeah, that could, especially if it doesn't work out or like we have another one of those situations where one of the guys successfully does not go
Yeah.
to sleep.
You could double up on it.
Then round 2.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good plan.
And I don't know
Uh,
if any of you are hurt. Getting another hit point back might be okay.
Yeah. And then, so
Yeah.
you guys do have that pendant that lets whoever's wearing it restore a hit die.
I have
Uh,
that still.
Yeah. So if you're burning 2 days, maybe if someone doesn't need that, you could, pass it around.
I am down 6 hit points right now.
Okay. So we,
I mean,
we can
in-
each take a turn
In
with it. 'cause
BFRPG, you pretty much burn days to get your health back up, anyways.
Yeah.
It's usually not like back to back to back to back, or else you'll have like 2 HP next time you
Yeah.
go into a fight.
So yeah. So if today's Tuesday, we're going to bed on Tuesday night. We stick the pendant on you, Eddie. Wednesday, we hang out in the tavern all day. And Thursday, we get back out at it.
Yep. Unfortunately, we need health on you before we need health on me, I think.
Mhm.
And don't forget, you get 1 HP per day anyways, so you should get 6 HP.
There are
Sweet,
like
I am at full then.
restorative services around the town though too. For
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, but this is
How much
free.
are you down, Dan?
I'm down 3.
So if you would get a hit point back for Wednesday night
Yeah.
or Tuesday night and then Wednesday night. So you'd only be down 1.
Yep. So, and on the second night, I'll have the pendant back anyways. So,
Yep.
Cool.
because Eddie got full.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I am full up now.
So I'll go ahead and roll for the second night. I'll be full.
Nice.
So after the rest, what are you guys planning on doing?
Brings me back to the original question: how are we
Yeah.
finding a body?
Well, the easy answer is, or I mean, not the easy, the most upfront answer is to find another one of these dudes working for that group and jump them.
You know, I got a crazy idea.
So
They have a magic shop, right, that they run.
we actually know a handful of the shops that they run, don't we?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just go and pop the skull on the magic shop guy. Like, hey, can you check this out for us? We found
Didn't
this.
we burn the magic shop down, or did they get that put
no,
out?
you did the apothecary shop.
We
The
did
apothecary.
So the
Yeah.
magic
Oh,
shop.
we're gonna have to put Golik back in the skull first.
Oh
Then
yeah,
we
that way we
can
don't have to.
show the skull to this. Yeah.
Which would
All
put
right.
the
Means we're
original
gonna have
guy
to do
back into his body.
So
Yeah.
let's go
Yeah.
outside the town. Let's find some woods or something just a little outside the town. We'll tie up the current Golig, swap bodies. We'll have to ask him if he's cool with this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yep, if it's, so whatever you guys need to do to, I don't really care who it is, but if it makes you feel better, if it's someone bad, whatever.
Okay. So yeah, put him back in the skull, put the blindfold back on the skull. And then when drunk dude's back in his original body, we can, leave him
him there.
in the woods. Yeah.
Have fun walking back to town, guy.
Yeah, we found you out here. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll put old guy back in his skull. And then it's gonna be going to the magic shop and trying to
Yeah.
steal one of the bodies from the magic shop owner or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there, what are your plans? Like, basically, I'm just trying to get like an idea of everything that you have immediately that you want to try to get to.
I mean, the best part about swapping him into the magic shop guy is that we can rob the magic shop when we're done.
Oh shit, that's true. I wasn't even
Absolutely.
thinking about that. But I don't know what we're gonna do after that. Like we don't have any jobs standing out. Took the Jeremy job. We've got beef with this crew now, but I mean I don't want to go back in their basement.
We can't really afford to fight them.
Yeah.
But, maybe we see about what he wants to do with his book, see how he feels after, if it's his book or not.
I guess if we can ask him if, are you gonna need anything?
Maybe we get some direction from him.
Yeah, like we take a quest from him if he's got one to offer up. If not, there's always the job board that we got the job from Jeremy to rescue Jeremy.
Yeah.
We can go check out a job there.
He would say, he says, like, I am almost confident that my apprentice is still alive because the stuff he was capable of when I was with him previously, he, this amount of time sounds like we're only, a few thousand years past.
He didn't have any weird quirks or anything, did he?
I mean, who's a
Well, we got
magician's
that.
apprentice that doesn't have weird quirks? But
Yeah, that's fair.
Knowing what they are might help us identify some figure in this
I got
current society.
an idea because we stole a bunch of things from that dude's bedroom. Can we kind of show him what we stole? Like, any of these look familiar? Something that he would be into?
which bedroom did you steal stuff from?
Where we found the fancy purple clothes in the
okay.
level 1 of the base.
So after you talk to him about all that stuff, he's pretty confident. He's like, no, I don't think it's him.
We got noted down. We got scrolls from that room. Are those scrolls anything in particular?
Oh yeah. You did get 2 scrolls. Those were a first level and a second level spell. Or how many were there? Were there 2?
I just scrolls are listed, so I don't know.
I don't think
I remember there being 2.
Okay.
We'll go with 2. I'm not going to argue with that.
Give me 2 d12s individually.
So Jake and I each roll 2 d12, or someone rolls 2
like
d12.
Just 2 d12s total.
Jake, you want to roll one?
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
That's not bad. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Damn.
Jake got a 5.
Okay. So that is the first one is a scroll of shield. The second one is a scroll of invisibility.
Nice.
Invisibility. That's what we need.
Scroll of shield. Scroll of invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. We're going to have to get money to be able to make copies of that.
Well, a whole lot of our problems may be fixed if things go well at the magic shop.
Yeah.
There's probably money there. There's definitely magic things there.
Mhm.
For the money, it's mostly for the ink that would be used to copy the spell from one to another, and one would imagine that the magic shop would have that.
Oh shit! So if we just steal all their ink, we can
Save
fucking load our spell books up right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not to
cool.
Put
mention
you a
with
lot
whatever
closer.
spells that guy's got in his fucking book.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I like this. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go swap bodies with the magic shop owner, rob it, the joint, and then see if this dude, you mentioned that his apprentice is still alive. What are you gonna want us to, help you track down your apprentice or something?
Yeah. I'm a tad bit bitter about how much time I lost in that skull.
I
So-
don't blame you.
Yeah.
All right.
I would definitely like to track him down.
You load us up with magical knowledge and give us a chance to earn a shitload of money. We'll work for you for a while.
He reiterates too, is like, pretty much all I need to start getting back to myself is a body that I can start casting spells from. It's like, if I start doing it in this one, I'll fall apart.
That's fine.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I
if I
think we
get
got a
someone that's a
mutually
little bit-
beneficial deal here. So
I think so too.
Mhm.
All right. So go out to the woods, swap drunk spirit back into drunk body,
Yeah.
leave him tied up in the woods.
you need to sober up, man.
Yeah.
And then let's go to the magic shop.
Here's the deal. When we put him in the woods, spread around a whole bunch of like empty bottles of ale around him. Splash some on him as well. He'll think the whole thing was just a weird dream.
I like it.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that he's still going to be tied up.
Well, let's just maybe not have him tied up.
Well,
I
we
don't
just knock him out and then untie him.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I just don't want to burn a spell slot for that.
know. Yeah. Swap.
Right.
Bonk. Spread some liquor around. Untie him.
Yeah, cool. I'm down with that.
He says too, like, younger is better for the body, but I can make up some of the gap if it's a body that's already used to casting magic. Like,
All right.
if you find like an older guy who has been casting spells his whole life, it'll be less strain in his body.
Okay.
It's
Well,
more
we're
used
going
to
for
that.
the magic shop owner, so you'll at least get someone who can already cast magic. And this might be an intermediate body for you as well. So
Our
Probably.
party's tilting heavily to the evil side.
we're not evil. We're just, doing morally questionable things against a terrible group of people to
Yep.
further our own personal goals.
Yeah.
We're
It's-
vigilantes.
We're kind of vigilantes. We're mercenaries.
I was going to
Yeah.
go with entrepreneurs.
We're entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Fucking getting our Jeff Bezos on over here.
You
We're
know what?
doing great.
We give some money to some poor people, and now all of a sudden we're Robin Hood.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We
I'm
did a
sure
really
at
good
some
thing.
point we will do that.
We're
Mhm.
paying
You're
off
just
our,
one
our
charity act away from Robin Hood.
That's
we're
it.
paying off our evil emissions in good people credits and poor people.
That's
credits,
it.
Right.
you know.
Here, kid, buy a Snickers. Robin
We do,
Hood.
we do bad things, but we make up for it with the good things we do. It's totally fine. That's how it
All
works.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
I love
So
We'll find some village kids and give them some rusty swords.
I love
That
it.
worked out
Yeah.
really well once already.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Till he
Tim.
died. Poor Timmy.
Did we ever figure out what that bone totem does?
Nope.
Oh, if you ask Sockets about that, he says, well, if you do plan on going down to the second floor, make sure you have that.
What does it do?
On one of the worst things down there, it won't attack you if you're holding that.
Oh, good.
That is good to fucking know. Okay.
Yeah. And that's probably something he's gonna want back. That's probably, I mean, most of the stuff that it looks like you guys took from the fortress was pretty easy to replace. That totem is a very specific thing for that very specific creature. Like there was a ritual that was done to. I don't know. I don't understand all that
Okay.
too much. All I know is that that one thing goes to that one creature, and that's probably what Delillian's going to be the most mad about.
Okay, maybe we just
Cool.
break it then.
If we're planning on going back down to the second level at some point, I mean, I don't know. I had that thought too. Like breaking it has its values because it keeps him from getting it back and makes his life more dangerous. But
I don't know. We'll play it by ear. If he comes for it, maybe then we break it.
yeah, if he comes hard on us for it, then yeah, we'll definitely smash the shit out of it before he can get his hands back on it.
Yeah, that would make him mad.
Yeah. I don't know. I it's not taking up much space, and I'm just worried that if we do go down there, it could be super useful in the future.
Okay.
I'm
We'll
not
save it.
super thrilled on going down there again or going down there at all, but yeah,
That's a problem for later, us.
I agree.
Magic shop.
Magic shop.
Sockets also peeps in too. It's like, well, so I hear you guys are talking about like swapping bodies around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm ungrateful about my current state, but maybe I'd be into that too. I mean, if old man's getting an upgrade,
You know, we'll see what
like,
we
huh?
can
Huh?
do. We'll see
What's
what
wrong
we
with
can
your
do.
current body? I mean,
it's
like, I'm not
just-
saying no. I'm just curious.
Well, and he like looks down. He's like, I wasn't a human before I was
Oh,
a skull.
what were you?
I was an elf, and
Oh,
this feels really weird. And it's better than a skull, but it's
Okay.
Stuff's not in the right place.
We
yeah,
will look for an evil elf body to put you into.
that'd be great. I think
Maybe
there's
you'll
a
be
few
blue-
there.
maybe
The
you'll be
bits aren't
sticking with
blue
us
and
for a while
velvety
then.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means you just got to hang out with us until we can find that.
All right. Well,
Put 'em in
I'm
the
not
horse.
much of a fighter, but if you guys find one, let me know. I'll come with.
We'll be the
Okay.
best friends.
I just had an idea. We need to make money, right? Maybe we need to start, doing some sales pitches to some of the older population here in town.
I don't know about that.
That sounds super fucking sketchy, but
I think we'll get. I think we'll get in trouble.
absolutely bet you could find some old rich asshole that would be willing to pay a stupid amount of money to get his body swapped.
well, and listen, after we do this body swap, we're going to have this young body. I mean, maybe let's put that on a maybe pile. That's definitely kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up. It is funny. There are definitely parts of town that you can almost guarantee you'll find someone willing to do that deal. Yeah. There's potentially something you can do.
All right, magic shop, magic shop, magic shop. I'm
But
excited
yeah,
to rob
okay.
a magic shop.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah. That's probably
I'll be
where
right back
we'll
before
cut
we do
for like tonight.
Okay.
I'm just trying to plan for
Okay,
next time.
that's fair.
But yeah, so it sounds like goals are robbing magic shop, getting Golek into a better body. If you encounter an evil elf, body swap sockets. And then long term, seeing if you can gather information about Golek's apprentice. And
Maybe take an odd job here or there.
odd job here and there to get your guys' spells swapped. Yeah, Golek says he'll be able to give you guys to a better time scale on when he'll be able to assist with spells and things, depending on the body he's in.
Cool.
So cool. So that's what we'll do next time. We'll pick up with you guys planning the body heist at the magic shop.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for this.
Body swapping.
That'll be pretty funny. I'll probably just assume you guys did like the stuff with his old man. Like we'll probably start next session like right at the beginning of the magic shop deal, and we'll
Okay.
just say that you were able to run off in the forest, and because getting the old man willingly to sit in a chair and tie it, like it's not going to be difficult to get him out of his current.
Hand wave.
Yeah.
We'll just tell Gullik, drink as much as you possibly can, and then we'll do the swap.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get that body really good and drunk.
Well, we already did the old man swap, didn't we?
It's hand waving in between the sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was updating the loot list. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We'll get him good and drunk first.
yeah, he's like, I'd prefer to do that as soon as possible, like as soon as the swap.
We'll
as
go out in
soon
the
to
woods.
time of the
We'll
swap
get
as
you
possible.
drunk. Like you're just going to drink and throw them on the ground until you just can't drink anymore. And then drink another one. And then we'll swap you.
Absolutely. You know, I'd like to leave it in the state I found it.
That's right.
Have him primed and loaded and ready to puke as soon as he wakes up.
All
Oh,
right.
and we'll take his boots.
Just cause.
I'm just
I like to
adding
think at
boots
this
to
point,
my
like
bag.
you got like a Vietnam trophy necklace of boots.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to hand out to the children or to who,
Mm-hmm.
bums and stuff like that. Give them new shoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Robin Hood.
Plus, we could put some honey on his feet while he's waiting in the woods.
There we go.
Extra
wakes
convenient.
up to a fucking badger eating his foot.
It's like, or like deer licking it or something, something
Yeah.
that'll either scare him or be funny. Look, you got to enjoy your job a little bit, or life isn't worth living, Jake.
Oh, absolutely.
One of Ingram's badgers comes along and just
There you go. He's just making out with his toes.
That's it.
All right.
So, and we may want to put together some basic disguise for ourselves before we go to the magic shop.
fake mustache. No, we'll just swap bodies with people.
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Jake, swap bodies with Eddie.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is
It's
there
like-
an equivalent
it's
to
like we show
modify
up.
memory.
We show up thinking in our heads like, haha, nobody recognizes us now. And it's like we stop for a second. Oh, wait, shit. We're still in the same bodies, though.
Pass by a mirror, like, oh, right.
Oh, we did
Oh,
this wrong.
right. We did this wrong.
And if there was I don't see anything that's equivalent to like
Don't know if there is.
modify memory, but that would be a pretty funny combo with the body swap skull.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's a rusty hammer. We'll use that to modify memory.
Yeah, it's just
A foot long nail.
Yeah.
the flat side of my axe. That's our
Do you remember
Nice
who
pick.
you are? Bonk. Do you remember who you are?
Do you remember who you are?
An ice
Just
pick and
keep hitting-
blackmail. That's our modify
you
memory.
just keep hitting them until they wake up going, who am I?
All right. But cool. Yeah, I think we've got quite a lot of threats to tug on for next session. Sounds like it will be interesting.
We're getting sidetracked here, but it's fun.
It's very fun. I'm happy to see.
Like the world could be ending in the background and we're still running around like, how can we scam 30 more gold off this guy?
Right. It's great. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have going on Defenders this week? Defenders and
Oh
Friends.
shit. Come back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central. We're going to be back doing Forbidden Lands. Monday, you can catch Joe, Dan, and I over on the Lollygaggers for some Ultraviolet Grasslands. Wednesday this week, we're back at Pathfinder 2, Fallen Kingdom of Ruse. Friday, we're kicking off another brand new Pathfinder campaign, The Saviors of Ruse. And you can catch Dan and Joe and Jake over there. And then what do we got next Saturday over on Goodman Games Official? We're going to be doing Crypt of the Devil Lich, supposedly the most difficult dungeon ever created since the Tomb of Horrors. We're playing that at 15th level, 5th ed characters. And Jordan, the PH is silent, is going to be a special guest player with us for that.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Woot. So much death
Awesome.
will ensue. So much
Yes.
death.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sounds like we've got a lot going on. It was a lot of fun running tonight, and we'll see what shenanigans we get up to in 2 weeks. Or
There you go.
actually, not 2 weeks, because 2 weeks from tonight,
You're going to be out.
yeah, my nose is
So-
going to be getting reattached to my face. So,
Yes.
4 weeks.
yeah. So
In a
4
month,
weeks from
we'll be
here.
back to this. And 2 weeks from tonight, we'll do something else or take a night off. I don't know. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Somewhere
I mean,
out there is
there's
a
a
nose
chance.
that glows red sitting in a burlap sack that Joe is going to look at.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
there's a chance I'll be able to it because it'll be this Tuesday. But I probably
Yeah.
won't
Don't push
be
yourself, man.
ready.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Unless you're just feeling amazing.
Yeah. Probably won't be.
Yeah.
The best
but yeah.
nose I've ever had. Let's
Mhm.
celebrate.
That's it.
All right. You all have a good night, and we'll see you around.
Later.
Everyone.
See ya.
I